So hi guys, I'm Stike, and we are going to be doing a tutorial on the basics to beading. I'm going to be using red beads for purposes of demonstration. Okay, these beads, they are the round number 8 beads, which are slightly large, but I'm going to be using them as an example so that you guys can get the basics. I hope that makes sense. And I'm going to be using this fishing line, the 0.60 millimeters fishing line. But what I'm going to teach you is basically what you can do on probably all the right angle weave patterns that you're going to deal with. You will use even on the seed beads, on the bigger diamond beads, you're just going to be using the same pattern. Okay, so let me jump right into it. Okay, so our fishing line comes like this, the one that I buy. So the best way to open it up is you find the tip, this tip. Okay, so once you find it, you pull like that, and then once you find this end here, you pull it like that, and then you pull again like this. So if you pull it from one end, you're going to end up spoiling your fishing line. So for purposes of demonstration, I'm not going to cut a very long fishing line so that you guys can be able to see what I'm doing. Okay, so a nail cutter is important, or you can use scissors to cut your fishing line. Okay, I'm going to snap it there, and then we begin. Okay, so the um, the hand with this ring, the Kenyan ring, is my right hand, and the other one is my left hand. Okay, so now using my right hand, you make sure your fishing line, you've held both tips like this so that they're balanced. Okay, that's very important. That's step one. And now step two, you pick 3 beads. Okay, and then you put them in through the right hand. Okay, like that. I'm using this bigger beads so that you can be able to see it clearly. So 3 beads there, and then you pick a 4th bead on the left like that, and then we crisscross. This 4th bead is here, hope you can see that, and then you crisscross on that 4th bead there like that. So that is what I call crisscrossing. You've passed the fishing line from the right side through like that, and you should have something like this. Then you make sure that these tips are parallel and equal like that. Then you hold it like this, and then you pull. Okay, so once you pull, you should have this basic, I call it a star, but with the 4 beads. Another key thing to remember in the right angle weave, this one that we're going to be doing, you are supposed to have a total of 4 beads in every circle. Like this is a circle. A circle is what you have after you've crisscrossed. Okay, so you're supposed to have a total of 4. Like here we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So the next one, we are going to be using this as the first bead. So we're going to add another 1 here, 1 here, and a final one here that we're going to crisscross on. So that's the basic of the right angle weave when you're beginning, say, a column like that. So we proceed. You pick 1 bead on the right, okay, and 1 bead on the left. You add another bead on the left like that, and then you pick a final bead there like that, and then you crisscross on this final bead like that. So then you pull, then you should have something like this. So remember what I mentioned earlier, you should have a total of 4 beads. So here is 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and here it's 1, 2, 3, 4. I hope that makes sense. So depending on the length of our column, we're going to just go say, and this are what I personally call heads. So this is one head, two heads. So let's say our column length, we want it to go for 5 heads before we make a turn. Okay, so, or let's do it at 4 heads. So this rule is for any column length that you want. Even if it's you're making a big mat that's of 10 heads, you just go, and then now it depends with how the corner that you want to take. Okay, so let's proceed making this length. Let's use our length to have 4 heads. Okay, so I'm going to add 1 bead on the right, 1 bead on the left, okay, and 1 final bead on the right, and then you crisscross on that bead there, and then you pull. You should have something that looks like this. Okay, so we repeat. Let me count again. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a total of 4 beads on this circle. Okay, and a total of 4 beads on this circle, and a total of 4 beads on this circle. So that's something that you really need to keep in mind and never forget. It's the same. Let me show you. You see, if you look at this ring properly, because it's a right angle weave ring, if you count here, this is 1, 2, 3, 4. So the same, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this column height, if I want to count the heads are here. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it has a column length of 6 heads, and the width is the rows are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's 6 by 5. Okay, so I did do a tutorial on this. You can check it out on the channel if you, but now if you're a beginner, this is where you are. I was just demonstrating for you to understand and see how it's applicable in like real art, or when you'll be working. Okay, so let's do our final column our column. So this is 1, 2, 3. So we add the 4th, and because we want to make a corner, we are going to, so say we want to make a corner to the right. Okay, so we are going to add 3 beads on the left and 1 bead on the right, and then we crisscross on the bead on the right. Okay, but if we want to make a corner to the left, we add 3 beads on the right and 1 final bead on the left, and we crisscross on the bead on the left. Okay, so let's say I want to make a corner on the going to the right. Okay, so I'm going to take 3 beads on my left hand. Okay, so I pick 1, 2, 3. Okay, those are 3 beads on my left. Okay, and then I pick 1 bead on my right, and then I crisscross on the bead on the right. So by doing so, I've made a corner to the right. Okay, that's a mistake I've done. Okay, so this, okay, in beading, when you make mistakes, you're not supposed to panic. Okay, so this mistake that I've done here, if you can see, when you pull, you have excess beads. Okay, so if you count, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm glad that that mistake happened, so that you guys can see that this is something that is normal. That I didn't plan for the mistake, so I think you've seen. So it's not supposed to have a total of, this circle is not supposed to have a total of 5 beads. It's supposed to have a total of 4 beads. Okay, so the thing in beading is you're supposed to make sure that you spot mistakes early enough. Okay, so now I'm going to remove 1 bead, but for the purpose of this demonstration, let me remove the beads, all the beads, and restart again. So This means to avoid the mistake that we did, okay, we're back to square one. We want to make a corner to the right, okay? So it means that I'll have to add 2 beads on the left hand side, okay, and 1 bead on the right. That makes it a total of 3 plus this 1 bead that's already there. That will make them 4, okay? So I pick two red beads on the left hand side, okay. So once I pick the 2 red beads on the left hand side, and then I pick 1 bead on the right, okay. So let me show you. So these are the 2 beads on the left, and this is the 1 bead on the right, okay. So we crisscross on the red bead on the right so that we can be able to make a corner towards the right hand side, okay. So as you can see, that's how the orientation of the fishing line now, once you crisscross, it's supposed to look like this, and this means that you're making a corner towards the right, okay. So if you're making a corner towards the right, that means that we're going to go like here, and then we're going to go down like this, okay. So let me proceed. So the next step is to take 2 beads on this left fishing line here, okay, and 1 bead on this right hand here. So I take 2 beads here, 1, 2, okay, and then I pick 1 bead on the right like that, and then I crisscross on the bead on the right like that, and then I pull. So once you do that, you should have something that looks like this. Kindly make sure that your artwork looks exactly the same as mine on this step. And then as you can see here, this fishing line that's on the right, you pass it through the this next bead here, only 1 bead, okay. You pass it through like that, and then now we are going to be using a total of 2 beads that we are going to be adding. So I add 1 bead from the right, 1 bead from the left, and then we are going to count together and see the total beads. So we crisscross on the bead from the right like that, and then you pull. You should have something like this. So remember, we said a total of 4 beads everywhere, so you counter check. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So remember, in beading, one thing that you need to be doing a lot of times is counter checking your work, okay. Don't get too excited when you're going with the flow. You need to remember to counter check your work, so that you are sure that by the end of your work you have something that is neat and cool, okay. So then we pass the fishing line through the next 1 bead there like that, then you pull, okay. That's the fishing line from the right hand side, and then we add 1 bead from the right and 1 bead from the left, okay. So we pass the beads like that. So this is going to be something that's just 1 color. So then we crisscross on the bead from the right like that, and then you pull, okay. So you should have something like this, okay. Then you pass your fishing line through the next bead there like that, and then we have now this, we are at another corner, okay, this corner. So we add 1 bead from the right, 1 bead from the left, and then once we do that, 1 bead from the left, 1 bead from the right, we crisscross on this bead from the left hand side, sorry. So like that, and then you pull. Then you should have something that looks like this, okay. So then we continue. So we go like this, then we go like this. So if you can look keenly, you can see that all our circles have got a total of 4 beads. Okay, so I really believe that if you do this, your artwork, if you followed the steps as I've done them, your artwork will look exactly like mine by this step. And this is basically the basics of the right angle weave pattern. Okay, so we just repeat the same thing that we repeated here. So we pick 2 red beads on the right. Okay, you can use your own colors, the ones that you have, and then you pick 1 red bead from the left, and then you crisscross like that, and then you pull. You should have something that looks like this. Okay, so just make sure that every step that you take, you counter check your work. You shouldn't do this in a rush. If you do this in a rush, you're going to end up messing your work. Okay, but don't worry, you just need to make sure that you spot your errors early enough. So the next step is to pass the fishing line through the next 1 bead. Okay, just like how we did it on the previous one. So then you pick a bead on the right and a bead on the left. Okay, and then you crisscross, and then you pull. You should have something that looks like this. Okay, that's in focus now, you can see. So it's the same thing we are repeating over and over again. You pass the fishing line through the next bead. So now let's count and see how many heads do we have. So our column width is 1, 2, 3, 4 heads, and now our row has got 1, 2, 3 heads. So we are continuing like that. So we are our column width is going to remain the same, so we are just going with the row. And this is if you use this formula, you can easily make a nice bracelet. Okay, if you're using the seed beads, that is. So then we proceed. We pick a red bead on the right and a red bead on the left, and then you crisscross from the red bead from the left like that, and then you pull, and then you pass the fishing line through the next bead like that. Okay, and then we pick a red bead from the right and left, and then we crisscross on the red bead from the right like that, and then you pull. Okay, so you can try repeat this. I really believe that you have learned something, and really hoping to see your comments. You can let me know if you've been able to learn, or if there is any problem, let me know. This is the same thing you're going to repeat. So here on this fishing line that's on top here, you're just going to add 2 beads. If you want to continue, you add 2 beads. Okay, like that, 2 beads, and then you pick 1 bead from the right hand like that, and then you crisscross on that bead there, and then you pull. So you should have something that looks like this, and then you proceed. You pass the fishing line through the next bead. Okay, and then you pick 2 beads again, 1 from the right, 1 from the left, and then you crisscross on the bead from the right like that. Okay, so you can continue, and I really am looking forward to seeing your results. Okay guys, thank you so much. If you have any questions, kindly feel free to ask me, and really thankful for tuning in to Stike Arts. Really hope you check out the main channel. We have a lot of other constructive tutorials that will help you, but this basically is the basics to the right angle weave. I'm going to be doing more tutorials like this, so kindly stay tuned. Thank you.